Bill West, Fox 1370, the Purple Pride Sports Show here on this Saturday morning here. We have a special guest for the fans today, the one and only, our MVP of the 2000 Super Bowl, my Hall of Famer first ballot pick, the one and only, the greatest linebacker to ever play the game, Ray Lewis. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Yo, how you doing, my man?
All right, how are you?
I've been good, man. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem. Before we get started, Ray, a very happy birthday to you, number 36. You're celebrating this weekend. Happy birthday, and all the gods above bless you. 36 years, starting your 16th year in the NFL. So happy birthday to you, Ray.
Oh, thank you, my man, truly.
Yep, and my granddaughter Justice sends her happy birthday wishes to you.
Well, I said thank you.
Yep. All right, Ray, we're my favorite time of the year. Ray's Summer Days kicking off next week on May 19th, 2011, the 20th and 21st, Ray, going on for the 7th time. Ray, talk to us about this Ray's Summer Days when you started back. Do you think you ever get up to the 7th time?
I tell you, when you started the foundations, it's now at 11 or 12 years, and then you branch off and you go into something from like Ray's Summer Days. I think the excitement around the city for for our fans and all of the people that definitely are my sponsors and people that they just really look forward to it. It's a great gathering weekend, for the city of Baltimore, just to get together and have some fun. So I mean, it's only going to go as big as our city makes it, and every year I have to say thank you a million times, because every place that I go to in the city always treats us with the utmost respect, and everybody always talks about the gratitude and the appreciation that they really have towards all the different events. So it's a great vehicle to really get out and really meet some great people.
It's Bill West, Fox 1370 Sports Radio with the Purple Pride Show with the one and only Ray Lewis. Ray, touch base on there, because, me with the Ravens Roost, and now I started this radio show a year ago for guys like you, because you always never hear about the good stuff, and I know you're very somber. You don't need to be glorified about the things that you do, but for me, I really started this radio show to put it out there that there's great foundations. There's guys off the field doing so much stuff that we don't hear. We always hear negative stuff and bad stuff out there about players, but I'm telling you, man, with you, this will be my 6th year involved in this, and I'm telling you, you do so much for Baltimore that's incredible. I'm there. I see it behind the scenes. I'm with you at the VIPs. I'm there with you giving the kids out and giving the turkeys and stuff like that. How does that feel to you growing up in Florida and coming to Baltimore and playing in the NFL? When you see these kids, and I know you follow a lot of the kids after they go to school and stuff, how it feels to you that when you sit back and when you're all finished this, how much not you accomplish? Because I know you said this to me a few times. It's not really about football. It's what you do after football and what you do off the field.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to understand, coming from me, is probably one of the most overwhelming feelings that you can probably ever feel. Understanding, what the good book says is better to leave a great name than all of the riches in the world. If that's true, man, being able to impact this many people, and for me, the only credit I look for is just to see someone smile. That's it. And from me growing up a certain way that I grew up, I knew that one day that if I ever made it to the point that I am now, that my number one thing would be to give someone a little bit of hope, faith, or love, no matter how it came. And then I've said this numerous of times, it's kind of the same thing, the reason why I play the way I play. Because it's the only thing that you can give back is 110%. And so off the field, I feel the exact same way, that you have to do those small things, man. I just love touching people from the aspect that they will always remember that the rest of their lives. And that's what, you're right, you always hear about. Anything that goes wrong, it's on every news flash, this and that. But the things that people are really in the communities, and that's my thing. My thing is I don't need a camera and things following me around in the communities to touch the people that I touch. I'm there to touch them and that right there I'll go home to heaven with one day. And that's the ultimate, and that's why the summer days are starting, and that's why so many other players have so many other foundations and doing so many other good things. I just think, these type of things is what needs to be, on Sports Center and what needs to be on our local news and all these things instead of start showing so much bad stuff as well.
Bill West, Fox 1370 Sports Radio, the Purple Pride Show here with the one and only, my first ballot Hall of Famer. I know he's going to get in the first ballot, is Ray Lewis. Ray, and that's why I said earlier about me starting this radio show, because I went around, the summer days, you get no good coverage. You've got a lot of guys with the foundations, and you got it. Again, the Ray Summer Days is starting on May 19th to 21st. Get involved with the Ray Lewis. Ray, if you got a moment, I mean, you're impacting this city with so much glory, and you say back on to heaven, you're going to go right to heaven, my friend, because, I mean, listen, if we can touch on it just for a second, you got the RL52 styles that I did with Carrie Barcia, that your clothing thing's going to. You got the Ray Lewis Foundation. You just come out with the Power of Fuel thing. You got your staffing thing that you're creating jobs in this market where our people are out of work, and you're doing this IT thing. You have your real estate company where you're employing people to do that. You got your new football camp that you just kicked off in Miami down there, and then you have your MVP thing that might be up in Hunt Valley, that you're creating all these jobs. Did you realize, and I know your mom, and we love her to death, Miss Buffy, we got to mention her, was the drive behind this, but did you realize that football would take you where you could impact so many lives, and now you're creating jobs in a bad market?
I knew it would be, one of the reasons, why people, kind of looked at me differently and, respected me for really what I want to do. And that's just ultimately love thy neighbors thyself, just give an opportunity. That's it. That's all we have. We can't take nothing else with us, There's nothing else that can go home with us. All we have is to grab knowledge and then be able to share it. And in the time of this recession and everything that's going on, my greatest ability, because of my name and because of the respect that people have for me, is bringing people together. And that's why all of my businesses that you just named, that's why I created every one of them. I created every one of them so that one way or another, every phone call that's coming from every one of my businesses, somebody's being helped. And if we're helping a mother, if we're helping a father, that means we're helping a family. And if we can keep that going and spread that model, the model that says we don't want to take anything from you. All we want to do is give you an opportunity. And that's what every company that I have is built around, giving opportunities in this world. That can be cold. That can be a very cold world out there if you just call in just one system, a certain systems. I believe, the same way you cross-train your body is the same way you have to cross-train your mind. Because if you don't, you get captured, and a lot of people get captured in there, and that's why you see so many jobs are being lost. So that's my whole objective about everything that I'm doing foundation-wise, is to create an opportunity to bring all of these people back, to put all these brains together so we can work together for not just many causes, but ultimately the ultimate cause, and that is find somebody else to help. That's it. That's it. Every day of your life. If you're okay with your life, life's going to be okay. But if you find one person to help, if you find one person that makes smile during that day, then you know what? You're okay. At the end of the day, you'll be okay. It's never a football play that makes me really smile. It's those touches, it's those texts that I get. Thanks for changing my life. Thanks for coming in my life. Those are the rewards. Those are the rewards, and those are the reasons why I have everything started that I have started.
And it's very blessed that you started them, but you also have football, and I know you always say football is second, and with the businesses. But Ray, if I could touch up, I'm gonna make a quote. When I first met you years ago, when you had your first Ray Summer Days Foundation thing, I'm standing in a room. And everybody gets quiet, and I'm going to quote you here, and hopefully I get it right. You said to me, Bill, if before you lay your head down on a pillow, if you know that you helped at least one person that day, that you accomplished something. Did I quote you right, Ray?
That's exactly correct.
and that was almost 15 years ago. Yeah. That I turned around. I'm in the middle room. Everybody gets quiet, and Ray, and I thought, Ray, that was the most thing, being in business and doing the stuff that I do. I thought that was astonishing, and I've never forgotten it. And I thank you for that, because I don't believe in society right now. I believe everything starts at home. It starts in the communities, and if we all thought like that, and you're saying that I just quoted, it's your quote. I just repeated it. That I think we would be in a better place. You agree?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. The bottom line is, I think what we as people have to realize, honestly, Bill, is good and evil exists every day of our lives. And if that's true, then we got to be open enough to be okay with doing enough good so people can see it, so they can stop doing so bad and stop hurting people. And man, we can't keep doing it. We have to realize that the ultimate reward is, when I said again, when you lay down at night, that you can know you changed someone's life, and not even changed it directly, but you know that they're on the way to want to change it themselves. That's all we can do. That's all we can do, is give someone the opportunity to keep moving forward. And that's why the way I play football, when I step in the locker room, the way I talk to my teammates, every one of them know it, that the game will remain the game. But what we have is a brotherhood. And if that's so, I will give you everything I got. Because at the end of the day, though you can't use me up when I'm gone, you can only use me up when I'm here. So that goes on and off the field of being just a complete servant.